Okay, folks, I'm making this video because our nation is really in trouble right now, and this is urgent and something that I feel must be said. So I'm sure if you live in New York, you all saw the news a little bit earlier tonight of Governor Andrew Cuomo putting lockdown restrictions on bars, restaurants, and basically anywhere that sells liquor for 10 o'clock till 5 a.m. Shut it down, and any gatherings must be 10 or less people, indoors, outdoors, wherever, okay? And this is so imperative that we follow along and everybody do their part because we must end the COVID. All right? So, some tweets that Governor Cuomo put out to alert us of his decision was basically that New York follows the science. And we know indoor gatherings and parties are a major source of COVID spread. To slow the spread, New York State will limit indoor gatherings and private residencies to 10 people. Okay? And this is all going to start Friday at 10 p.m. and go every night, probably for the rest of our lives. You know, and it will get earlier and earlier, probably be 8, to 5 a.m. And then eventually it'll just be 24/7. But for now, this is what it is. The other thing that he said was basically the rising numbers caused this. And this is what following the science is. Shut it down. So I want to make a suggestion to everybody. Since I want to follow the science, I want New York State, I want the world to be healthier, because I think the numbers rose, it was 3% I think we're at now, or 3 people, I'm not really sure, but one of those, something with 3, and we can't have that. And if we get to 5, I don't know what happens. I think a volcano goes off or something, but let's not get there. So here, I notice everybody on Facebook, they do a lot of typing, and Twitter, and now they want to go to Parler and everything else, okay? And I was thinking, we need to do more for coronavirus. And some people saying that I am doing my part, I wear my mask. I'm doing my part, I social distance, I don't leave the house, I don't do this. But one thing I noticed was some of these people aren't doing all they can. So that's what I'm here to help with. So one thing that is very clear to me is a lot of people are overweight and even obese, okay? And I don't want to fat shame anybody, but this is a pandemic. And if you don't want to kill grandma, you're going to need to listen to this. Okay, so I want you to see science now. So the CDC, all right, that's where the science comes from. This is what Cuomo said we need to do, follow the science. People who have obesity compared to those with normal or healthy weights are at an increased risk for many serious diseases and health conditions. Obviously, COVID is a very serious disease and health condition. Okay, so all of you people sitting there, typing away, saying you don't care about grandma. My Uncle Larry's brother's cousin's neighbor got COVID and died, and he would have lived another 2 days with the pancreatic cancer and the fact he was 98 years old, but COVID took him out. And we can't have this. We have to stop this. But then I look at your profile picture, and you're 380 pounds. So I want to send a message to you. This is not about your feelings. This is not about shaming you. This is out of love and science, okay? You need to get off your fat ass because you're killing all of us. So as much as you say, oh, put your mask on, you're going to kill, whoever dies of this, 99-year-olds, I'm telling you to get on a treadmill, okay? Now, if you don't know if you're fat or not, there's a good tool here. It's called the Body Mass Index, BMI. You might have heard this in gym class as you were dreading it, back in school or being hit with a dodgeball. But what they do here basically is they tell you if you're fat or not, okay? So we have underweight, normal, overweight, obesity, okay? Now, you can measure all this stuff, but I know, listen, most people are lazy and all they know how to do is repeat sentences that they saw on their favorite TV channel and basically repeat that as many times as they can on as many Facebook feeds as possible. But do all this stuff. Measure your waist. You know, if you have a 48 waist, maybe we're talking to you, okay? But let's say you're confused, you're a little slow. So they actually have a calculator on here. So you click this right here, okay? And that's going to get you to this little calculator, all right? So you type in your height. So most people who are most concerned with the COVID and preaching the most, I'd say they're about maybe, let's say 5'7", okay? And now, let's say you're 5'7", 150 pounds. Let's see what that, we're going to compute this now. So 23.5. So you're in the normal weight range. You're not helping the cause, but you're not hurting the cause, all right? So you're okay. Now, a lot of the people I see, at least on my Facebook, they're more in the 210 range. So 32.9, see, that's obese. So if you have a BMI, it says right there, science right there. 30 or greater, you're obese. Therefore, you are more likely to get sick. Therefore, the virus is going to continue to spread, because if we are healthier as society and in better shape, the virus will not be able to spread as easily. Just like if we wear a mask, the virus not spread as easily. See, it works two ways. So, we need everybody who is preaching, everybody who's sitting there pecking away to start to move, because we have to, as a community, as a nation, stop this dreaded disease that has taken so many lives from, well, yeah, it's from somebody, but that's what they're telling us, so we're going to have to go with it, all right? And nobody wants to be inside, and people like to go out every once in a while, so let's just play along. Now, since New York State and Cuomo say, hey, we follow the science here in New York. This is a great New York Times article about don't be ashamed of those extra pounds. So you've put on some weight during lockdown. You could obsess over it, but you could also be kinder to yourself. Here's how. No, see, here's the problem. Just like you tell everyone that if you don't have a mask, you're a fuck. You're this, you're that. I've even heard some people call people Nazis because they didn't have their mask on properly. Okay? So now we all have to work together. So if you see somebody who's a fat fuck in Walmart, now they have their mask on, okay? They're socially distancing because nobody wants to get near them. But if you see them and they're in the aisle of, let's say, Hostess, okay, and they're putting ring dings into their cart, you need to go harass them the same way that if you were not wearing your mask in the parking lot walking to your car, they would harass you. That is the only way we are going to stop this. This is the way we work together, okay? We harass the shit out of each other until everybody is just so fed up that it cures the pandemic. That's it, okay? And Cuomo will be very happy, and maybe he'll let us, have like recess every once in a while. Maybe he'll grant us maybe an extra 15 minutes. Maybe he'll let us stay up, past our bedtimes once in a while. But we have to make him happy. Otherwise, it's like the happy wife, happy life kind of thing, except with him. But he's a princess too. But anyway, we don't want to be kind. You want to be meaner to yourself because you are killing grandma with this. This is not what you want to look like, okay? And the idea is, so you've gained some weight. No. Not your body, not your choice. This is about all of us. So if you're endangering me because I go to the gym and I work out and I'm in shape and my immune system is on par because I take care of myself and I don't eat Cheetos, but you have the nerve to tell me that I need to do this, I need to do that, because apparently your medical degree from your couch tells you know what you're talking about. You need to play ball. You need to get in the game. You're the one fucking up. Because I haven't caught coronavirus, but your fat ass might catch it, and it might have much, because of your body mass, maybe it's a more powerful strain that has to flow through your blood, and then I get it. So please, if you don't want to kill your grandmother, if she still talks to you, please just follow what I'm saying here, okay? We got to break the cycle. But the real thing is, if you look, well, this is Halloween, so maybe she had a suit on or something, but we interviewed her, and she said she was dressing up like a water buffalo. So that's why you see the hair, kind of all over here and up her neck and stuff. So this is a little bit different, and they don't have masks on because she's immune, because water buffaloes, they can't catch it, okay? That's what she was saying. Makes sense. So if you look like that, and if you're yelling, and if you're in a crowd, number one, you need to put a mask on, okay? Number two, you need to socially distance, which A, will definitely make the people around you happy, and B, it will make the world safer. And the third thing you need to do is, instead of showing up to rallies where you're standing and yelling, you need to march there. I think you should walk from your house, preferably if it's in a different state. So she's in California, so maybe she should start in, Nevada. And she should walk there every day until her immune system is on par and her lungs are good, so we don't kill anyone else and destroy our country, okay? Even this woman right here, I think she said she dressed up as Timon from The Lion King, the warthog. It's a nice costume and all, but again, that's too much. You need to be in shape, okay? And if you have enough energy to yell and show up to things, you have enough energy to get on the treadmill, okay? So the goal here, guys, if we want to save all the elderly people that aren't going to die ever, so we're going to save them, okay? And we're going to save all of the young kids who don't even get this. And we're going to save everybody else in between, except for the small businesses and all that type of stuff. We need this woman next year to, instead of having to dress up like a water buffalo, to be able to, and pull it off, dressing up like a gazelle. God bless America.